Hello and welcome back to the ESL Pro League. Faces have changed. We've chopped and changed Pansy for Lee. Welcome to the desk, dude. You just had a fantastic game. He's fresh off of that Dignitas game.
To stroke my hair.
Yeah,
keep the hair stroking down.
You were incredibly excited during that overpass game with
that
Navi.
was riveting.
I could tell you were enthralled as they smashed through their opponent 16-3. But welcome to the desk, dude, and we have got ourselves a big game coming up next. SK going to be trying to clash with G2. The maps may not necessarily favor them, but we're going to discuss that now. Ven, you're joining me as well. Let's start at the very beginning by talking about this Danish roster. SK, Denmark, and a nice addition of Sweden. We're respecting the outliers. We did it for Rubino, and now Sweden's getting a shout out.
Yeah, which is surprising because Madi has been living in Copenhagen for a while. But I guess, you know, at heart is still Swedish.
And at birth as well.
Well, yeah.
That whole like nationality thing.
But yeah, no, SKG definitely have a respectable lineup by all means. It's just marred with inconsistency for the better part of it.
Yeah.
We saw them versus FaZe play really well on Cash, and then we saw them get absolutely trounced on Mirage.
Cash is definitely their map. And if you think back, only back in February they beat Navi 2-0 in the Pro League. Back in February. And then the next day they went and lost to some random. And that's really been the consistency. You know, you look back, they lost to Ancients the other day, which is obviously Pronax's new team in the DreamHack Malmo qualifier. God, they're just not performing. And well, I don't know if they've lost or not. They were just playing tricks, and they went to overtime, and they're kind of in a BO3, a 1-1 overtime on Dust 2, and they've kind of got, guys, we got to go play Pro League.
I mean, yeah, that's a situation in itself. But what to me that indicates is that SK, I mean, if you ever want an indicator of form, they've just played a best of 3 against a Danish side, Tricked, and they didn't even win it. They didn't even win it. They lost the first map, then have to claw it back, overtime in the third. That already is a big indicator of where SK's minds are going to be right now. Like, especially when it's a domestic matchup, there's always a little bit more on the line, bit of that kind of Danish pride. Tricked, of course, are sitting there like, we are kings right now, we're amazing. SK, quite the opposite. And they're going up against a team not to be laughed at as well. G2, of course, ex-Titan. They've kind of been rising through the ranks as of late. And I just want to kind of quickly gauge your guys' opinions on how much this is going to be leaning towards the French team. Starting with you, Halvor.
Very heavily.
Yeah,
to put it very easy. I'm not going to give you an exciting answer, unfortunately.
That's okay, I'll forgive you.
Yeah, G2 have been looking better and better. As we said, SK consistently inconsistent.
Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And the maps, as we started off with, not really favoring SK to a large degree, especially given how decently G2 have been playing as of late.
No. Yeah, well, they're especially good on train. Sorry to cut across you there.
No,
they're especially good on train. They played it the other day, although they did lose to Virtus Pro,
which is a bit of an achievement.
but they beat Envy pretty convincingly on it. Obviously, that was Devil's first day on the job, so we couldn't read too much into it, but they have been solid on train, and obviously train is, I believe, the first map tonight. And they've also pretty damn good on Cash. I mean, we saw the B strat 4 times running against Astralis, where they just stomped on through them. But SK Gaming, it is their shining light. It is the map they beat FaZe on. It will, albeit 25-23. It was a pretty long affair, but that's literally the chance I would give SK is Cash. I wouldn't give them a hope, honestly, on train.
I think that makes a lot of sense. So kind of all eyes on SK for Cash. But coming into G2's train then, we're going to basically kind of be expecting to see Existence pulling out all the stops, or is it going to be a case of a bit of a half-hearted train attempt from G2?
Well, Shox has actually been rocking the AWP on train quite a fair amount. And yesterday, he got himself the ace, didn't he, the other day? Was he yesterday?
Yeah, that was not with the AWP, though. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it wasn't with the AWP, but he got himself a beautiful ace in that game. Many a mow down. He's sitting on the B side as well, but Shox on the AWP.
So are we saying Shox on form? Are we saying that? Because that always is the story with G2 is, when he's on, and they're the best team ever. It's just
actually Existence has been on form, hasn't it, lately? Yeah. He's been amazing lately.
Yeah, Existence has been playing better. RPK as well. RPK is still, I guess, Existence to that extent as well. Kind of up and down every now and again, but they're definitely giving more to the team in terms of just raw fragging power than as of late. So that's a big benefit. Shox, he's always going to be as versatile as he can be, right? And that's what you mentioned as well. He can get an ace for the Colt, but he also plays, that inner bomb side fairly aggressively once he gets an AWP in his hands, which does give a lot of room for G2 to breathe with. And yeah, no, I don't really see SK doing too well here because they rely so heavily, especially on train, that Freeze has an AWP in his hand.
I'm going to say 2-0 G2. Gonna get in there.
Yeah,
early.
yeah.
I appreciate that. And how about you, Ven? I think we're not going to... You've cheated there. We're just talking about train. There's a lot of doubt on the desk, but you're expecting to see this go very one way. So, a doubtful desk, and of course, SK, their mind may be playing tricks on them as they conceded already a loss to Tricked earlier on today. Now, though, we are going to be diving into our first of our 2 best of ones, and it's going to be a casting pair that you will recognize. It's going to be Semmler and Pansy. It's Pemler? Does that work?
It's good enough. Good enough.
Right, well, they're casting, and here's their faces.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Alex. It's so great to have you as a desk host at the moment. It's truly been a joy. But yeah, SK...
I am happy to have Alex back. Thank you. He has finally come back into
He
the
has
fold,
made it out, yeah.
into the promised land. I mean, you know,
For
welcome
now.
home, brother. You know, that's
We'll
it.
throw him back into the cave soon enough. The
you
dank
won't do
meme
that.
cave
ESL
of Call
will,
of
but,
Duty.
you know,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
works.
Got to throw him under the bus quite literally. But coming into this one, SK up against G2 now. Train on the cards. I think everyone's kind of like favoring that G2 side, which isn't too surprising. Is there a chance here for SK at all? Like, is there any small thing they can depend on in this? Because I'm finding it hard to, even find a bit of hope for them myself.
The hope is that they're playing G2, isn't it?
I guess.
I mean, it is a bit of a nasty sort of situation when you think about it, just because they aren't exactly on tip-top shape. They lost versus Mouse Sports the other day in the DreamHack Malmo qualifiers, G2, and that was a pretty frightful loss considering, I mean, sure, Mouse Sports have been hitting a higher level recently, but I would kind of expect G2 to be a team that comes out ahead,
right? Yeah.
right? So, Pansy, we're in a bit of a tight spot when it comes to G2 because it's just the team that you love to root for, and then they always break your heart.
See, the one thing I would say is I've actually really enjoyed how they're playing this map, and predominantly because of Shocks. Absolutely love the way he's been holding B on that CT side. Then you throw in the aggressive stance. They like to play towards A every time they get that gun round in. There's a lot going for them on this, but we are into it anyway. SK going to be on the T side with basically all the question marks around them, whether or not they can do much into this one. But then again, G2 haven't exactly been consistent, and already Existence just wants to go walkabouts, apparently.
Magic, if you miss this shot, bro. Oh,
Oh.
no. You had the
No.
golden opportunity. And now, well, it gets a little tricky here for Existence. He has to back off. Surprised that they're not peaking together at this point, SK. Maybe a little bit of the fear showing. That's a bit surprising, considering they could have had that like simultaneous peak, but then also there's 2 players for G2 holding at the other side, so we have a bit of an awkward standoff. And it's RPK who decides to get things started. First headshot for him. He's been very good with pistols recently as well, so no surprise there.
And that's the worst way to start it. SK already a little hesitant, then finally go for it, get domed down. Now Scream's joined in, he's fancied a chance at it. Freeze try to get out, Existence finds it again. This is painful to watch. SK going in 1 by 1, allowing G2 all the time in the world to take this, double stacking up by Train 1 there. Good little connection towards shots from Pimp, but this one looks a bit of a task. Nice. Again towards Scream, but nice can only get you so far as the nasty USP work comes out from Smiths. That's the first one on the board.
Yeah, and that just kind of seems like perhaps SK didn't quite know how to handle that situation with the aggressive push onto Ali. They kind of just got bogged down. RPK lands the headshot, and then it all kind of just, they feel forced to do something. Like, okay, well, now we got to go in and take a fight. We got to get a headshot somewhere. Then Existence was like, nah, brah. You hear the news? I hit the shots now. I am now the man who headshots, right? And it got real nasty from there. So... unfortunately, not the strongest start here for SK Gaming on Train. You can be sure that they definitely want every little edge that they can get. So losing the pistol isn't going to be, giving them the warm and fuzzies. Instead, it's probably going to be giving Magic like a bit of a headache because he's down to 8 HP already.
And this is a nice new approach from G2, leaving RPK pushed up. It does mean that he's a little weaker, and this could be SK maybe trying to exploit that. The wall of smoke goes down, but Existence raining in from above, just going to be doming these kids down. And look at this. SK, I almost feel for them at this point because G2 are just like running at them with these SMGs coming out, the banks coming in, and SK just look a little bit lost as to what to do. They seem to have a plan in mind, but then it was like, okay, let's go for it, guys, and then they forget about Existence.
What can you do? It's YOLO.
Yep.
If you're going to believe that you can get the job done, which is so key, right, Pansy? Which is so key. You have to have the faith. And well, sometimes
Semmler the preacher coming out.
It leaves you into dark places, places of absolute blackness.
And SK?
Smiths has no gun. Our producer's stumped as to why Smiths would have no gun right now. It's because they don't have Kevlar, yo. Go back to Halo, Matt.
Producer Matt not quite up on it, he'll get there eventually. We'll work on it. It's like, we bring Alex back in from his dark little place. We'll get Matt there, don't worry. But, okay, this is the final chance that I want to really see SK pulling it now together, okay? They've got the AWP now on freeze. This is something they always need. Smith, however, has got the AWP on the other side, and I see a lot of SMGs still with G2
What
as well.
in the hell are they doing with 2 MP9s?
See, now Shox does this a hell of a lot on Cash. Not surprising. He just goes super aggro mid. But Train? I'm not sure, Shoxy. Prove me wrong. Make it a thing. It shouldn't be a thing.
I mean, if he's holding close to lower like this, sure. But it feels like you could just do such a good job with a rifle. It's just, it feels really scary. And then RPK as well, he's playing Ivy, so okay, you know, there's a lot of close quarters action potentially that could be coming in there, right? But the fact of the matter is, they're in a bit of a tight spot. If they get rushed by a bunch of people, you know, those MP9s aren't going to shred through people like a P90 or an M4 would.
Yeah, and Smith's being down there.
And then he has to fall back. Exactly. Like you give up the, you then put yourself into a situation where you might not have that close quarters fight. You will be able to step up and pick up a headshot instantly onto a silly. Sup, bro?
What is going on? Nice work finally by Pimp. He kind of threw the rest of his team to the wolves like, hey guys, go feed the beast while I just walk down here. But, okay, Plant goes down, 2v2. Plant doesn't go down, 2v1. I don't know what's going on this game, Semmler, but...
Neither do I, Pansy, neither do I.
This?
I'm a little stumped, I'm a little worried.
Smiths, you better save the day here, buddy.
I just love Shoxy. It's like the ultimate spite. Ultimate. He might get caught out here, Smiths. No reason for him to think that the man is holding a connector like that. Probably assuming that Pimp was trying to lay a trap a little bit closer to the bomb site. But Shoxy, right. Okay then. Okay then.
Okay.
Guy just walks in, you know, just wrecks 2 people, picks up the AK, which was basically the game plan for him all along. Is okay. I'm gonna get a kill, trade up for an AK, and then I'll hold the line from there, right? It just so happens that SK decided to make life easy for him and go at him one at a time. When if there had been a buddy system there where they're like immediately one after another, there's no way that Shoxy gets both of those kills, or should be able to get both of those kills, right?
Right. That's the thing. Now, the one thing I do want to look at is the fact that now G2 are on the full buy. No, no messing around here. SK a little lighter than that. This is the aggression I really liked from G2 for quite some time. Seemingly, though, Smith's now supporting RPK is a little bit of an adjustment. Didn't quite have that against the likes of Mouse before, or any of the other teams I was looking at them and Train, nor Astralis or any of these guys. So G2 may be switching a couple of things up here, trying to work on this A play. It does mean that Shox does have to solo a little more on B without that immediate backup. And again, G2 going to have to be careful on this one. They can't be over-aggressive at this point, as SK have shown absolutely nothing. There's always a chance you're going to get pinched in on this one. But now smoke's coming down. They know what's coming down. What?
Is that intentional? No way.
Did he manage to do that?
He body blocked the smoke grenade existence. If that was intentional, you are so ridiculously good. And then he just like walks past freeze and gets a kill. I have no idea. That
is sick if he means that. I wouldn't be surprised his existence. If anyone's going to have these smokes down to a T, it's him. Okay, now G2 get the round, but can we get a replay of the start?
Wait. Because he was crouching on the corner of Blue Train right by main entry. And... Alright, because we're going to see it. Yeah, he's crouching right at the back of the train. So he could be holding really passively, and it's just, you know, a stroke of luck because he's, you know, he's crouched down, he gets flashed. I think it might be just be luck, you know, because that would have been so next level. That would be so next level if he's just like, actually, I'm just going to stand in the one place that might screw up your strat because you might be counting on having this smoke down so that you don't get opped by the guy back there. Oh. I got my hopes up there for a moment, Pansy.
This is what happens when you get hopes up. Pim comes flying around with, what, a P250? Get trashed. All right, Smith, let's go. He's got the easy lineups. He's going to hit him down nice and comfy. Nice little bit of work on the ladder there from Magisk, but by this point it is a clean-up. They got the bomb plant, I think, which is pretty nice. Pretty nice overall, considering they only had a P250 and a flash, I think. So they made it work, considering. Took down Shox, the one guy at B, but a quick rotate round from Smiths means it's going to be easy to fuse. And G2 keep this lead pretty convincingly so far.
Yeah, that's they're not looking like they're struggling whatsoever here, G2. He's looking like the beast unleashed. Smiths as well, showing up pretty big in that round. 8 kills for him so far, leading the way. Not every day we get to say that about the Frenchman. 5 to 1. I mean, they've got everything going for them right now. The one thing, I mean, I was about to criticize them a little bit on the bank, but it's only Existence who's kind of trailing. The rest of them are all sitting pretty comfortable right now. Yeah. They have ops for days. So I mean, what can SK decide to do? They've gone for a smoke round that didn't work. Now is it just going to be straight aggression from Freeze? Yeah, he just goes charging out, looking for that long angle. But it's going to be aggression in Brown Halls. I like this. G2 looking to see if they can't catch somebody out.
It is. That's a nice little angle from Shox. A little bit unique, I guess. You can go anti-flash as well if needs be. Allow Smiths to kind of lock it down with you.
We come back to the power of faith, Pansy. Power of faith. Shoxy believes in Scream to watch his back and draw attention to himself. Get that bait going.
And the one time now that RPK is alone on Ivy, that's when finally 2 players are there. So I have to see if RPK can hold on to this, but that B play may not actually come through in the end. I'd love to see how that goes down, but RPK, gonna molly it down, pop flash it in. Has a little peek, gets absolutely wrecked by Magisk, who just held the angle properly, and now Scream's found Modi. So I guess that paid off in some extent. Now down to this 4v4. SK have a good step towards A, but look at Existence spot. This could be so deadly, but is Freeze watching this, or is he watching Connector?
Yeah, interesting decision there by Shoxy. I guess they want to go for the boost up. Yeah, they are setting up for it. Smokes are going to be going out there. The nades, Existence, he drops it, just hovels Magic into the ground. Okay, might be able to pick up the third as well. Look at this, Freeze gets picked off at range by Existence. 3 kills for Existence. The man who said yesterday, I'm probably the maddest person in the world right now, the angriest individual. Which, you know, if you've met Existence, it's kind of hard to believe because he's a really nice guy. If Existence is tweeting that he's angry, Pansy, you best run and hide. And right now he's taking it all out on SK.
Yeah, look at that. Magic just gets bent over, just Existence going in. And now 6-1, they've got the double AWP out. I think, did Shox mix that? Okay. Existence is going on the AWP. Did Existence have a 6-1?
Oh, buddy. You know who's giggling right now? It's the Existence fanboy, Vendetta.
Vendetta said they're like, it's happening.
He wants some of that Existence sauce action.
We all wait and pray for it one day to return to us. And so far, this is a really nice kind of throwback, but the play down Ivy's going to come in. RPK being the tank, stops 2. Lovely work. Keeps it controlled. 12 bullets in the chamber still, and it's going to be Existence coming through, doing the damage with the AWP. And look at this. Smiths doesn't even switch up. He's fine. He's absolutely fine. This is a slaughter.
I would venture to say, you know, that Smiths wasn't fine and that was just looking a touch panicky to me. Just like, please die. Please die. Don't
One
do
of
this
these
to me.
bullets.
You have a Glock. If you kill me with a Glock, they're never going to let me forget it. Please. But
He's fine. He's got this.
He's got this. He's in double
He's
digits.
good.
He's in double digits. 10-1-2.
Oh, this is a bit of a... Oh, Modi. Modi's not having a great time, guys. So everything G2 likes is working right now. We're going to see a bit of a quicker play coming out from SK. Going to try and get themselves down. Do not line up for Smiths like that. Cillian, finding Scream. Okay, this is much better. All right, Cillian, let's see what you got. Deals with the aggressive presence of G2 now. But here comes the backup, and the backup's starting to deliver. Modi. Is he on -1 now? Yeah, nice work, Modi. Going to make that up at least, but this is not a good round for this guy. And now bringing it down just to Freeze. The bomb's in a bit of a tight spot, but he's going to find Smith, so brings himself into this 1v1. Now Shox is playing this pretty chilled. Just watching for that plant. And Freeze takes the fight, gets it. Good play from Freeze, going in straight for the shot. And SK finally get another one on the board, but what is going on with Modi today?
He is not having a good time, that's what I'll tell you. Magic as well. I mean, Modi, it's one thing.
Magic
there was
is
a
another.
phase where on SK, when Modi was stepping up and doing a lot of the work, right? He was, you know, doing a Pasta Biceps impression, right? I don't know, like rah, right? But Magic, you know, we've seen a few like really solid performances from him on LAN. I guess like the big standout one was Frag Fight when he was just going ham on people. But it seems like he's still trying to find that solution that allows him to be consistent. He's still looking for the key there because we're not seeing him just go in and beast people the way we did at the end of last year.
Yep. And
Magisk. Right, that's how you're supposed to say it, actually. You know,
really?
Danish. Yeah.
I know how angry Anders gets at the fact he didn't just call himself Magic Boy. Like,
And Anders was so proud, too, because he was just like, I convinced him to change his name. He saw the light. He listened to the father. And, well, unfortunately, Anders, the son always rebels against the father. You're going to figure this out real soon. Well, in like 13, 14 years when your kid grows up.
oh,
You know.
Daddy Anders. But this is the play that I love. Look at this. Shox waiting ever so patiently. He's going to get the full picture. The flash comes out. He gets spotted down by a Cillian, but he's going to find 2 anyway. Just tucks himself away, takes the time on the rotate. Now peeks back out, sets it back up for the remaining players, but they can't do anything. Magic finally comes to the server. Welcome to the game, Magic. It's been a while since we've seen you, but at least they get the round on the board. So, I don't know. I guess it's G2 on CT side is going to be strong, but SK just looked pretty lackluster, if I'm honest. These rounds are just kind of...
That was, you know, that comes down to Shoxy basically getting a bit of a lucky break, I guess. Because SK don't check that corner, so he's able to do some heroic stuff, but he should never have been allowed to
Get away
do
with
that,
that.
to get away with it, right? Oh, triple nade, and nobody goes into main for the peak. That's a little sad. Sometimes when you see the triple nade go out, you just want somebody to have a horrible day and eat all of them, right? But Yeah, right now SK seem to be just kind of like feeling things out. They know that G2, I mean, G2 have done a good job of training SK to worry about aggressive pushes into brown halls. So it could explain why SK are a little, reticent about getting over here early on in the round. They don't want to run into a trap. But now it is going to be Madi moving his way over there, and he's going to play it solo. So it would be him going toe-to-toe with Shoxy if that confrontation ever did come to pass.
Well, the one thing is, I guess at least now they've had to kind of cheat Smiths over here to B already. They can't have that fourth man on A because the B hits have been starting to become successful. Shox can't solo it right now. So I guess that's one silver lining for SK, having to force G2 to play the more kind of standard style that they're known for. Normally Scream plays there as well as Shox on occasion, whoever gets there first pretty much between these two. Especially though when the AWP's in the hand of Smith, he locks it down. But we are going to see what looks like an A piece kind of coming out from here. Pimp, Magic's working down Ivy, you got Freeze kind of peeking out, and this, oh, the timing on that was just a little off, and still G2 very aggressive on this, and the Cillian's been the only one opening this up so far. I think he just might have caught a glimpse of Existence.
Yeah, Existence has something to say about that, though. He picks up the man. Quick action, though, however, from SK. They just really try and build on it. Scream somehow finds a second kill on Amadi, so somehow we're into a 2-on-2. But that was a great little glimpse there from Freeze. He picks up RPK. That opens up Alley defense as well. SK are going to know that RPK is the one holding Alley, so if they kill him, they have a way onto the site. And so they played off of that, but then it just got messy with Scream. And it's going to get messier. Pimp is put down to rest.
Preacher Semmler is coming out strong today, isn't he? Got a little bit of faith coming out, put him down to rest.
I'm just waiting for the big round, right?
Yeah. Just
and I
going
can
to
go all
build you up
fire
to
and
it.
brimstone. And
Hell, I might even come around to it at that point. But 8-3. SK, you got to get more than this, I feel. G2's T-side isn't bad. I've liked G2 on this map for a while, but we haven't seen some of those kind of nuanced plays that have made them pretty decent. Really, they've been getting away by playing pretty standard, but now SK going to pick up the pace, trying to just maybe catch someone off on the quick peaks here, but already those mollies going to single out Magisk. He cannot be supported, and he's down to absolutely nothing. He's going to be roasting alive as Cillian does again do the damage initially, but these smokes are placed so perfectly for Scream just to lurk around and pluck the heads off the shoulders of SK, and Pimp will fall. This is gonna be a quick evening at this rate.
at this rate, yes. Scream, just padding his headshot rating, standard. He likes to do that. He's good at it.
Yeah.
SK going for the force buy, which unfortunately is completely and utterly backfired on them. So and this is contrary to what we were talking about in the last where like Dignitas, they're not exactly a team that start, snapping at each other or getting testy. They're a little bit more calm, they get a bit more morose. SK are a team that actively argue against each other, like live in the game, they'll start talking smack to each other, So it's like, right now, if we had a Danish translator, if Anders was here and we had TeamSpeak, I think we would have a lot of fun. But
Yeah.
one team I can guarantee isn't having a whole lot of fun right now is G2.
Yeah.
Curveball.
I get it.
You
That was
saw
great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna go. You thought I was gonna say SK?
I didn't know where you're going.
I was gonna say SK.
Just catching me off.
G2,
About the most surprising thing this game so far.
G2, they just can't find. They're not entertained right now. They aren't challenged.
No. They're really not. The thing is that maybe there's some silver lining on the second map here for SK, and maybe for G2 if they actually want, a bit of a challenge on this one, because this is just a walk in the park for G2 so far. Sure, it's CT side on train, but more often than not, the teams are getting much better on this T side. They're able to couple things together, and really SK just need a little more. And as you said, bear in mind, Freeze was the one who went on to, I think it was social media afterwards, one of the offline events, said, I've never been in a team where they can't perform offline like this. Like, they
That
are.
was the major qualifier.
Yeah, they are a fiery team, and speaking of fire, the molly's gone down, allowing Existence to... I think you might have just seen a bit of Freeze's leg then, but maybe doesn't expect Cillian to be there as well, and just going to try and stay alive, buy some time for the backup to arrive, and RPK, brilliant support then towards Freeze, locks down one angle of the push, and Freeze just caught out all alone.
I don't even know. Where's the communication there, I guess? Or, well, I mean, obviously, bird's eye view, it's really easy to say, but a little bit of pressure alley would have been interesting. Still, 3 kills to open things up. RPK gets caught. So eventually, they do manage to make up for it, SK, but that was definitely a little bit too much. They were a little too focused on the frag there.
Do not line up for Scream. We know what he can do here, but taken very low in that trade out. Smiths will catch off Modi. Scream actually not going to get the lineup on that one. Pimp coming alive in the end of that. Good work after that. Initial kind of strange trade out comes in when Freeze just walks out alone. I guess it could have been maybe better handled, but they pick it up anyway, so now 10-4. Scoreline maybe not representing how harsh this game has been on the rounds that G2 have won, but SK, if they claw this one back, that's not the worst half in the world.
No, win the pistol, win the first gun round, and they're back in the mix, right?
Yep.
So It's actually, this is where we can say, you know, like G2 decisively win the first half. If they pick up this 11th round, then life is a bit more difficult for SK going into the second half. If SK get that 5th round, though, it could still go their way. Smiths, however, he will finally go for some of that aggression, catch Madi out on the shoulder peak. Nice shot there. Quick reactions. And now that's a man advantage here in a key round for SK Gaming. They definitely need to bring it back. And the way that they're going to do it is try and pull a fast one on RPK. No nades to announce their presence. Surprise, surprise, RPK, you're dead.
Confidence, I guess, or just playing that sort of style. It's dangerous, but it works. The Danes going back in on this one. Pimp just leading the way. Freeze going to go for it towards Scream, and actually it works out really well. That tiny adjustment, just going in, trying to take away RPK from the mixture, works perfectly. Now Shock's in the smoke. Smith's down by Train 2. Magic on the rotate. This could be very bloody very quickly, and Magic is going to get the drop there towards... I think that was Smith's in the end, and now Shock's left in a 1v4. And it's gone about as well as you'd imagine. So SK keep themselves in this matchup, in the fact that if they pick up the pistol, anything can turn around now.
Yep, that's like perfect. It works out perfect for SK. They're not putting any nades in there, so RPK doesn't know to go back. But that is a slip up on RPK as well to not be covering, you know, Ivy or being in a position to have eyes on Ivy, so they can't just sneak up on him like that. Maybe getting a little too excited about that main action. Still 10-5. I mean, if SK, like I was saying, right, if they pick up the pistol, they're still right back into this because they can definitely lock down that CT side. Freeze is clearly hitting shots at least. You know, he's the one who seems to be actually, you know, getting some work done for SK right now.
Yeah, initially I think it was a Cillian just kind of like walking out to the side and actually did really well on the initial trade-ups. But then Freeze kind of picked up a little bit of where he left off, even though there was that one round he stepped out a little on his own, but the rest of the team kind of just swung into it a touch later. But yeah, eventually starting to get into things. So this is now going to be a little bit more interesting. 10-5. Started to look like G2 are just like way too comfy in this, like looking super comfortable, like, okay, this is another walk in the park. And it could turn into that again, I feel. But then again, SK, they get things rolling. Pimp used to be a bit of a king on the pistol for a little while. He was certainly pretty proficient with it, but then he started to go to Julie's. Not sure how that worked out for him in the end.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Julie's?
Yeah.
Who's Julie?
Julie Elites.
Dual Elites. Right, okay.
Who is Julie? And what does she do?
I was about to say.
I'm not going down the,
I
you
know
the
one of the
girlfriend theory.
CS. I know one of the CS girls is named Julie, but she's a German, so I don't know how a Dane would. You know.
You never know. Pimp's,
went over to
you know, he's
Julie's.
working on it. He's you know, he's fixed himself up. He's looking pretty fly these days.
Pimp is looking sharp.
He's living
I
up
don't
to the
mean
name.
his chin.
No, he's living up to that name nowadays.
Dude.
He's going all out on that. So
And it's fun because it's like a Danish thing, I guess, because Mark from DreamHack also into the whole like triathlon sort of thing. And Pimp is starting to get into that too. He's got himself a bike now. He's running. He's
go.
swimming. Like Pimp is a monster.
yeah. All right. Let's see if the monster that is Pimp can step up into this round. Existence is just going straight out. Look at this guy. Zero care. The 4-down Ivy. G2 love this sort of play. We saw Envy doing something very similar as well. Going more and more commonplace. Going to try and cut out Modi with that smoke. Oof, lucky they didn't just line up for him. Them trying to just cross through towards the side. But they're just going in like their own little train down this. What is going on with G2 just hopping their way around the map?
This is I don't even. Right, so this is just confusion. That's the thing. If they don't know what they're doing, SK have no idea. They have no way of planning ahead. They have no way of countering this, and they will eventually just get caught out in the confusion, in the utter chaos that is the G2 pistol round. I mean, Cillian is going to go ahead and, you know, he is the in-game leader after all, try to restore order. Try to suss out the details that will allow him to turn things around, but in a 1v3, it's going to come down to the dirty work, to the headshots, and Shoxy's going to hit his first.
What was that pistol?
I don't even know.
Like,
they run back to main to wrap back around towards Pop Dog. I guess they're trying to catch out the man who would have been holding close to B ramp, going up into Brown Halls, like a quick rotate through Pop Dog or something, maybe?
Maybe.
Is that what they're trying to do? Like
Next level.
Next level?
There's been some insane, you know, blocking of smokes here, some crazy, like, routes they're taking. Who knows what G2 will bring next, but all we know so far is that was the one round we thought that SK could maybe pave themselves off and build back in. Now, rinse and repeat. 4 straight down Ivy again. Shox this time going to be out by, I don't know if he's actually out in main yet. I think he's still just kind of, like, waiting there. And now Modi, this time will actually get a shot off, but it doesn't go too well.
No, it doesn't. He doesn't have anything to worry about anymore. It's all over. Oh. Thought that Existence would get lucky, and Cillian, he is going to burn alive. Shoxy will catch out Pimp, so that's a push from A main. So now Freeze is going to get caught in a vice. He has no idea where to look. Shoxy with 2. Might be able to pick up a 3rd one here. He's playing peekaboo, and he will get caught in the end. Magic finally going to connect with the headshot. A 2nd one, a 3rd. I believed that he would pick off Smith there.
It could have happened.
It wasn't meant to be, though, Pansy.
It wasn't. Similar to SK picking up a round in the second half. It's just not meant to be. No, I reckon they at least got
Don't
one in the bag.
underestimate G2's ability to break your heart. That's all I'm going to say.
But these lovely plays so far, Semmler, they are just gorgeous. Come on. No, I'm expecting the downfall to happen soon. Don't worry. I'm
They're
starting to get like
dastardly
hope.
Frenchmen. they exist. They have one purpose, and that is to break hearts. Just look at Shoxy. Those eyes. Dreamy.
Very, very, very much so. And this round doesn't get to do much though. Merely just there for the the aesthetics of it all. Just kind of going along with it. But now we see the full buy. Or not full buy, I guess, but a buy enough coming out for SK to try and stop this. If they don't, then we're kind of done for. But then again, let's remind us that it was Shox and RPK both stuck on the SMGs in the first round. In the first half, yeah. I wonder if that... Yeah. Why not? I guess they're 13-5. You might as well at this point.
Oh, this is straight up aggression. I mean, they're trying to sell it, basically. Shoxy's over here just chucking nades out, trying to make it look like there's a whole bunch of nades coming out, and they're hoping, exactly, to catch a Cillian off guard. Instead, the flash is just a split second too early. He still managed to pick up one, but he does massive damage to Smith. Lays existence down to about half HP, but the important bit is that G2, they get out onto that bomb site. Eventually, someday, the bomb will make its way there so that they can plant it before they all die by peeking people.
Yeah, Scream was a mult. Oh my god, how is Existence still doing that? He just snuck his way forward, almost rinse and repeat of what Pimp did when Shox kept that SMG to hand. So now we're down to this 3v3, right? We've got the two rifles, Smiths and Scream with that. Shox still going Mac Daddy on this one. Moddy, Freeze, and Magisk on the retake. Scream just trying to tap some heads down. Not going to get the connection he needs. And now while this happens, Moddy's going to try and work his way up closer. Scream just swings out on it. Smith finds Freeze, and while this happens, it's left Moddy left in a 1v3. He's got a kit. Maybe a dream. Maybe he's lost in the smoke. And maybe Smith will just find him. There we have it. G2 going to pick up what started off as a little bit of a questionable buy-up, I guess. Or it kind of makes sense these days in a really weird, twisted world that is CSGO. And now they even get the upgraded gun as well. Smith gets to keep the M4 over. Most of them are looking towards 10k pretty early on. And sadly for SK, they have nothing.
This is that kind of like overconfidence that could come back to bite you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, sure, Shoxy holding on to the Mac-10, that's fine if you feed Shoxy to the wolves and just have him scout, right? We see teams do that sometimes where the guy with the SMG just goes charging all around the map, tries to figure out what the defense looks like. If he dies, he just gave up a Mac-10. Do you really care? Not really. So, but then three of them, it's like if you lose that round, you might be kicking yourself because you're planted on B. There's a lot of long fights that you're going to have to look forward to there. If those SMGs come back to bite you, that could be Tilt City. G2, they're probably just thinking, we're so far ahead.
Yep. Cillian's got a good... he spotted out like 3 people.
Shox is like, Pansy.
No. I had faith for a whole second. And now Moddy on 1 HP with a scout. That can only go so well. Went really well. Now Magic. This has been G2 just being dominant so far. Even though they are the Heartbreakers right now. I think Hearts will be staying intact so far throughout this game.
Oh, look at what they're doing to SK. That's what's really impressive right now. It's like they're just mauling SK.
Yeah.
So it goes to show like the level that Mousesports have been able to hit recently, I suppose. Because if they lost to Mousesports and they're playing like this, Mousesports are looking pretty good.
And this is the thing. I think it was Lee who brought it up on the desk about G2's hit that was on the B side, on Cash, on T side. Like everyone loves it. The line of smoke they put up, this really nice play that completely outdid Astralis for a good couple of rounds. I watched the demo back today because I was like, how did G2 lose that game to Mouse on that map? Because they're actually really good at it generally. Chris J just smashed them, if I'm honest. As soon as they did those smokes, that lineup, he was just done with it. So it was actually quite interesting to watch. And if maybe SK have watched that over, they could maybe pull something out like that. But G2's play, it was pretty well known by everyone by now. That B hit is like something that everyone took note of. So people are picking up on it now and starting to kind of anti-strat is a strong word, position themselves well for it. But anyway, back into this game. I think credit to Mouse where it's due, but again, G2 at the moment looking pretty dominant here. Yeah. And this is going to be a Cillian's real test now. Can he hold on to this site all alone?
That's the real question. He is proficient. He's going to get that incendiary down in good time. It does some decent damage to Smith, drops him down to 44, but then through the smoke, Cillian, he just can't catch a break. Through the smoke, and then Existence, he's just going ham. Sick pop flash, catches out Magic's boy, who can't do a damn thing, and he's going to be in position to take out the rotator as well. Good night freeze. You can't even use your op, and this is it. Ace territory. Aceville, please! Existence with the quad kill. And this is his time to shine. We've waited a long time for this, and Scream's a dick. I'm like, I haven't. Wait. It was the 1v5 versus Navi on Mirage, but that was so long ago. That was like, what, a year and a half ago?
Jesus,
That was a long
that's
time
a
ago, right?
long
I'm
throwback.
trying to think back to the last time where I was able to go really ham with Existence, just be like, Existence! It's been a long
I can't
time.
even remember on that one. Like
Yeah.
that is a long throwback. But that was a solid start into this game. Obviously, another map coming up after this will be Cash. But Train, I think from the offset, we kind of knew how that was going to turn out.
Yeah, I suppose, especially because, the series before this that SK were playing in, they're playing against...
Who was it? It was like another Danish team, right?
Exactly.
Just-
So, and they were struggling. They were going into overtime. So
Yeah.
that's telling you that SK aren't really looking too hot. And we know that I mean, they're counting on Magic to show up and really just bang heads. He's not doing that. There's a lot, it seems to be, that SK, they aren't really feeling zen right now. They've
Yeah.
lost their balance.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with the SK lineup there, and maybe the analysis desk will have some questions, or answers, let's say, to the questions that SK will be asking.
Oh, I'll see if I can get